Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel God has blessed me with. I'm gonna adjust myself. Got this little shirt on. I wanted to show you this. One of my little favorite pieces here. I wanted to show you that. My little tassel. I'm not sure if you watched the first vlog for today, which is December 11th. December 11th, 2007 means a lot to me. It caused my rebirth. There was a time that I felt in my life that I was useless, that my life had ran its route, and I was rendered useless. I didn't see what else would happen. I have gotten married. I've had children. I mean, I've had what kind of sparked it was a job I had. I had been working back in retail late 1999, and from 99 to 2000 or so, it seemed like I had sealed a position to become at least an assistant manager. After working in retail most of my life, I'm only 42 years young. I was really doing a goal that a hope, a prayer that I thought would never ever happen, and then it was going to happen. And little by little, people around me needed to leave the job that I was trying to continue, and I might have lost encouragement, and therefore might have lost my enthusiasm for my job because of different people needing to leave the job I was working at. And then by 2001, the new management decided to fire me. Well, because I'm your girl, the day of firing, in the middle of my tears and in shock. Yeah, it's not like walking into a place and putting all your things down when someone says to you, "Oh, we're letting you go." And you're like, "What?" I greeted that job in the morning when I was there, and I say, "Hey, second home," because I started doing retail work as a teenager between 14, 15 years old. They used to have a place called E.J. Roberts. So they fired me that day. But being a girl, I crossed the street in 2001 and I applied for a job. And I'm not sure, I don't believe that the dollar store had really hit places like it's done now. But I was going to be a manager of the dollar store, and I was ready to pick myself up. But for some reason, that business owner who hired me, um, his business or whatever it was, it fell through. Well, maybe it wasn't the will of God. Because to backtrack even more, in 1991, God had gave us a dream. He gave us a dream and didn't really understand in 91. All I can remember is between 91, it had to be 91, Lisa. Okay, so all I can remember is a beautiful day like today. Right now, the sun is shining and the sky is blue and clouds. And I remember a really nice neighborhood, and I was walking. And it was warm. It was the summertime. It wasn't right like now it's winter. So it was summer. So let's say summer, spring. Nice day, blue sky, clouds. Seemed as though birds were chirping, and I'm walking. And then I see two young Caucasian boys go ahead of me on their bikes. And only way to describe it is say BMX bikes. That's what they called them back when I was a kid. But those bikes the kids ride, they weren't doing anything fancy, just riding up the road. One might have been a blonde, and the other one might have been a brunette. So I remember saying, "Oh, it's going to be a really nice day." Then for some reason, everything went black. I mean, right now, I see nothing. Just put your hand over your eyes for a split second. I saw nothing. Now, how long that I saw nothing? Just it seemed like a few minutes. So I'm opening my eyes so wide in this darkness trying to see. And after a few minutes, I believe the voice came from my right side. And the Spirit of the Lord said, "Do you want to see?" Because I've been in the dark for a few minutes. I'm like, "Yeah, Lord, yes, please." I mean, I don't want to be in the dark. I mean, there's nothing here but dark. I mean, there's no one to see. There's no sky. There's no thus and so. He said, "Do you want to see?" So he said, I said, "Yes, Lord." I only said it once. "Do you want to see?" I said, "Yes. Yes, Lord. Yes." And then I woke up. Well, actually, my eyes as I somehow I was led somehow or another. I came out when I came out of the darkness. I came up out of a manhole in the middle of the street in the town I lived in. This is 1991. And when I came out, I was thin and I had long hair. My skin looked so good. And I had all these jewels, more than this. I had so many jewels in my head. Now, I'm about 20, going on 22 years old, and I didn't understand this dream at all. I tried to tell a few people about the dream, and unfortunately, I was around people that was not as spiritually inclined as I'd hope. So I didn't know what the dream was. I just held on to it. I told my husband about it. I just held on to the dream. And then years later, after losing the job, not being able to find work, started eating. Before I knew it, I had gotten so large. And by the time I got large, I really didn't like myself anymore. I refused. I used to hear about people in the 80s about dodging mirrors and not wanting to take pictures. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was home a lot and I didn't see any hope for me. So I decided that I wanted to die. And it's important to know what's in your family, what's in your bloodline. So I decided to make food the way to die. I just kept eating more than I should. Eating more even after I was full. And unfortunately, my health care was not there. There was a brief moment that my doctor, he's since retired, said he didn't know how I was making it walking around this earth because how my heart sounds. And that scared me in my 20s, late 20s. And I still kept going. I forgot about it. Kept going and did what I did. I couldn't hardly walk down the street. I love to walk. That's my main thing I did as a young kid, walk places, ride my bike. Even if we had to do it because our home, our family, our mom, we just got to do it. So I till this day, I love walking. Thank God we have a treadmill in here. So I couldn't walk. I couldn't go to school events. Just too heavy. My back hurt. Kept eating whatever. Chinese food, pizza, whatever I wanted. Soda, I ate everything. There was nothing I wouldn't eat. Everything in excess. Wanting to die. It got to the point that I was praying to die. I told my husband everything. And he told me that is selfish. But I said, you don't know the pain I'm in right now. I don't see my life going anywhere. Who am I? So by December 11th, as I was trying to I was trying to become a paraprofessional in our children's school. system. I was going back and forth and I was being tutored. I was trying to say, pick yourself up. You can do that. But still, I kept having those down moments. Saved people can have down moments. So I kept praying the same prayer. I wanted to die. Kind of like the movie. It's called Deliverance. It's very, very old. It might be a black and white film. I used to wonder about that movie, and then here I am. So, December 11th, I kind of got my wish. I had been feeling so sick, so ill, and I'm so heavy, as you could see if you watched this first one. If you haven't, go back and watch the Rebirth one. Wedding and Rebirth, I believe it's called. And I felt bad all the time. I told my husband how I felt. I had these outrageous periods. Outrageous. Like, I needed to bring clothes with me. I mean, I had some little bit of help here and there when I could get my the little insurance we had going, and they tried to help, but by this time I had no medical help, no type of it. Now it was getting ready to kind of kick in, but it was some more paperwork that needed to go through, as far as I found out later on. So I told my husband every day how bad I felt. I said, remember my health history, remember my open heart surgery as a child, remember how many cesareans I had. And I said, don't forget. And he was like, okay, everything's going to be fine. So I just want you to know how bad I feel right now. And this day, December 11th, 2007, I felt the worst possible. And it took a long time to remember. What happened was I left to go with our children to our oldest was getting ready to sing in the Christmas musical, and we had walked through the winter. It was December, so we walked to the school. It wasn't that far, and then I don't know what happened after that, because the children said I was walking with them, and I started breathing hard, and I held my chest, and then I fell backwards. When that happened, the children, my loudest ones, praise God for them, they ran to get help. And we were at school. So thankfully, after all my shenanigans, talking to God ridiculously, He put everyone in place to save my life. A clot had stopped my heart, and they had one defibrillator machine in the building. They tell me the fastest runner in our town was there. He ran to get the defibrillator. There were other people that was performing CPR. My husband was even there. He is a custodian in the school system. Everyone was in place. God was in the building, unbeknownst my pain and those prayers. They performed CPR. They shocked my body 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And by the first and second time, it seemed like nothing was going to happen. The third time, things were not quite computing. By the 4th time, my heart had went back to normal. By the time I really found out everything, it took time, because they rushed me to the emergency room, in which I laid sleep, no words, no talking, no nothing, for 3 whole days. That's what they tell me, in the ICU. My husband visited me every day. My children stayed with their Nana. And later on, they had thought various things had happened. People said various things had happened, but it was a clot that stopped my heart, as well as all the food I was eating. 3 days. I stayed between December 11th into January 1st in the hospital. I missed Christmas and everything with the children. and they had told everyone not to tell me what happened, that I probably wouldn't remember. For a brief moment, I couldn't really remember the president. I believe it was Bush at the time, the son. I couldn't remember colors. But then after a while, the things I could remember, one thing for sure, was my husband, Charles. Then after a while, I remember the children, even though God knows children can aggravate you. Love y'all, crazy people. And everything that happened to me, it took time to remember everything. It really did. When my husband got the courage to finally tell me, because everyone kept crying around me and celebrating little things I did, like wanting to get out of the bed or going to the bathroom or wanting to eat, or if I was thirsty. I remember thinking in my mind while I talked to you, they kept crying around me. And I'm saying, who died? And I didn't know, you crazy person. I didn't know it. A miracle. And so many tests I was taking, and blood that I needed. And you'd ask me what happened to me, and I'd tell you I fell. Yeah, you fell all right. The superintendent of schools came to see me. I thought, that's nice, but I understand why I was in the hospital. After a while, I wanted to leave, and I couldn't understand why they wouldn't let me leave. And my husband told me what happened. Actually, he showed me a newspaper clipping, because I demanded to leave the hospital, and he showed me the newspaper clipping. My name in newspaper. My name in the internet. I want to be on the internet, but not quite like this. And when he told me what happened, I could just crawl back in the bed, the hospital bed, and just cry. And said, what did I do? What have I done? So I went for my tests, and I had to be transported from my hospital to another hospital. And then after that, I was able to go home. I did have surgery. I did have something to help me. I don't really want to divulge that information right now. But, and I was placed on the blood thinner. I was placed on Coumadin, and you have to go every week to be stuck with a needle. And I've already had open heart surgery as a child. I mean, but that's a child, right? So, every week, and then after a while, I took some time, but I had to come off of Coumadin, and I had to get on another pill, and it's called Pradaxa. And I have a regimen of food I eat. I successfully lost weight. I lost over 160, 70, 90 pounds. And then after years later, got down again, hurt my back. Because I injured my back when I was 30 years old, but I never had the health care. So I kept going. So by this time, my back decided to fail me after going up some steps and coming down steps, because I didn't have steps in the place we lived. And I just got blue. I didn't want to die. I just got sad. And I was eating sherbet all the time. And it's not like when you're eating, because you don't see where the food goes. And weight got up a little bit. So right now I'm in the process of, I've lost, thank God, 60 pounds down. Hallelujah. We're in the 200 range. And we're working on getting that weight off. My ideal weight, according to the cardiologist, before he retired, he said the weight I should be at my height, 5'6", is Lord, I'm messing my eyebrow. Is 160 pounds. Since he's retired, My doctor now is telling me I need to weigh at least 170 pounds. So I'm working my way. So that's why that video you first saw is what that's about. And that's why when December 11th come around, I can't ignore it. Because, I thank God for my life. And no, I do not own the music I'm about to play. Total disclaimer. By Smokey Norfolk. I thank y'all for listening. Should come back with another vlog. I wonder, can I get you to go backwards? This other one is up here. No. Yeah, there we go. Smokey Norfolk. He's sitting with Kim Fields. Trying to keep this. I gotta leave that a little bit more. But we down 60 pounds, so we gotta keep moving. Lord, you brought me. Messed up.